Good afternoon, VV Nation, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here, glad to have you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. We are at the training center today, and we have a special guest here today. We're going to get into that in a second. The market is the market, and the market is still going down. Market's still going down. My guest is a perennial bear. That's what I think. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. You get to see him. All right, so I'm going to actually go to the home page real quick, and I just want to take a look at what we see on the home page of the VectorVest software. A lot more red. Well, we got more red than we have yellow. Primary wave still down. The MTI still below the level of 0.5 or 0.60. I'm liking that the buy to sell ratio looks like it's definitely going to close below 0.20. I still think the market has downside. I still think that there's still a lot of uncertainty in the market. PPI came out yesterday. CPI came out yesterday. PPI came out today. Both of them should be giving a lift to the market. But I still think that based on all of the uncertainty in the market still has some more downside. For how long? I don't know. So what do? We trade the chart, not our heart. Trade, look at what the VectorVest composite is doing. We'll get into that a little bit more as well. All right, so the market is still going down. I still attribute it to a lot of uncertainty in the market. Several contras are looking good. Contras are moving. I am of the mindset now with the market have moved down as much as it has, that if you are not currently in contras, you probably should consider non-leverage contras. That's my opinion, all right? Because all it takes is for one really, really, really good piece of news to blast the market off. We're already at the level where the market's looking for a bottom. It's not going to stop on a dime. I still think we have more downside, but at this time, this much pullback in the market, I would have you to be considering non-leverage country ETFs than leverage country ETFs. All right, upcoming Trump recession fears. My opinion on all of that, can we get into a recession? Possibly. The understanding of if we're definitely going to get there, I don't know. I know that the uncertainty is hurting the market. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I'm not going to push the button on recession just quite yet. All right, that's what I'm going to say. All right, so now that I've done just a basic overview of the market, looking at the home page, letting the VectorVest system guide me in what we do, all right, keep in mind, you may want the market to go back up. You may think that we found the bottom and all of those different things. Trade the chart. If I go to a VectorVest graph, let's go to a graph real quick, and I go and bring up the market timing graph. Remember, folks, this is the movement of over 9,000 stocks from this high to where we are right now. There's a downtrend. All right, I'm not looking to buy anything till we can break through this downtrend, or if I'm looking for the RT to go above 1. I'm looking at the MTI and the buy to sell ratio, both at those levels, 0.50, 0.18. We're at the level where the market's looking. The other side of it is, when does it happen? Watch the chart. Trade the chart. That's what we do. All right, and that's going to keep all of you out of trouble. All right, that in and of itself, I think that keeps each and every one of you out of trouble, and that's what you want to do. Bought a little RNMBY. I do like a couple of stocks. I like the defense. There's two stocks that I gave you. One of them is RNMBY. The other one is SAABY, and gold stocks. I'm going to talk a little bit about. I did a short today on two gold stocks that have the ability to just really ramp up. So ASM is one of them. Orla is the other one. How did you know that, Troy? Those are the two stocks. I just want you to keep your eyes on them. All right? I'm not telling you to buy any of them. They are going against the trend of the market. I don't really want you to fight against the trend of the market, but people are running to gold. I think that defense is going to have a big move up. There's going to be a lot of money put into the defense budget. So keep your eyes on RNMBY and SAABY. DRD is a gold stock. It's doing, and we're going to talk about that as well. All right. So, Vic, I'm going to move from the overview of the market. I still got more news to talk about, but I'm very excited about a guest because you guys have been asking a lot about more videos on options. Right now, my guest, Jim Penna, that's who's joining me today, is doing a free webcast on options jumpstarter. It is the beginning way to step into options. It's a free webcast. From that webcast, there is a course, but you guys decide what you want to do in regards to that. Intel has got a story, Robert. We're going to talk about that. All right, so from that perspective, as you can see, Jim is here. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Glenn. How are you?
You look good today.
I feel good.
Well, some days you don't look nearly as good as you look today.
Most days.
That's true. Jim and I have known each other for a lot of years, and he's really good. He is a manager of retirement. But this whole stepping into options, all right, this whole stepping into options is a footstep for you to get into the world of understanding options. And from that perspective, I'm going to bring him in to talk a little bit about his free webcast.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Glenn, and thank you guys for just taking 2 minutes out of your session with Glenn here. I want to talk a little bit about the webcast this evening. I think Glenn is going to pull up for us as I'm talking the registration page. It's a free webinar. Actually, Brian D'Amico and Brian will be doing a lot of the presenting, but I'll be there as well. And we're going to talk about, it's mostly designed for folks who are new to options. So you may be, you may be a little familiar with options, just looking for a process, or you may be brand new to options, but I can tell you how important it is as an investor or trader to at least understand the concept of options. If you're new to them and you're worried about them because you don't understand them and you think they're risky, you think they're too aggressive or speculative, the truth is options were created to mitigate or get, play risk positions. So that's the beauty of them. If you're able to sign up, we're going to talk about things like, the important terms. We try to keep it simple without worrying about all the Greeks, all the terms to it. We talk about the best times to place an option trade. We keep it simple in the fact that, especially in this kind of market, right? I've been trading options for 33 years now. And I always say about options, right? The beauty of options, the versatility and flexibility is so unbelievable. When it comes to trading, I could care less if the market is going down or going up. If the trend is down, it doesn't matter to me. As long as I can recognize that trend, I can profit in that downtrending market. If the market's trading up, then I can profit in that uptrending market using options. And of course, for the more advanced, you've got the neutral markets. You, of course, can play that way as well. But from the most basic standpoint, that's the beauty of it. The leverage and many other valuable pieces to understanding options. Anyway, if you're new to it, we're going to talk about, with any type of trading, you got to have a process, a system. We're going to talk about introducing a system to you in there, and again, how to increase your probabilities as well. So with that, a few folks were talking about gold, right? I trade gold, but I use GLD. I don't use well, sometimes I do. GDX. Actually, I have call options on GDX. I got calls on GDX right now, actually. But GLD is another one. It's a little more expensive. You want to use the leverage to play that. We've been talking about it in our retirement coaching group for months now, and gold has been doing wonderfully. Anyway, the leverage is great. If you're new to options, join us tonight. Register there on the page Glenn gave to you. Love to see you there.
Well, Joey put the link up there. Remember, folks, it is free. You go, you take a listen to Jim. Jim is going to lay down the basics of options. How many of you are still looking to get into the game of playing options? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you are still looking to get into the game of options? I've seen it in the chat over and over and over. You guys have an opportunity right now, today, at 4:30. Go to the link that Joey put into the room. Once you get there, it's going to take you to this page. There's today, Thursday, March 13th at 4:30 p.m. Put in your name, first and last name, your email address, mobile phone number, and you know something? Reserve your seat.
It's all free, yeah.
It's free.
Glenn, there's a couple of questions I can't see.
All right, it says...
Just a quick one or two, if you don't mind. I want to be able to help.
Vic says, Jim, will you discuss the difference between a cash account or needing a balance of $25,000 in your account to start trading options?
Well, I could tell you right now that, yeah, you could use a cash account. You can use a margin account. The margin really doesn't come into play when you're trading options. And the $25,000 threshold that you're talking about has nothing to do with options. That has to do with day trading. So you can have, that's the other beauty with leverage. You can have 2, 3, 5,000 in your account, and you can trade options. You don't. That $25,000 number you're referring to is to have an account as a day trading account.
Kathy says, I did the webinar that was 4 or 5 parts and reread each chapter twice. It's like I just have a mental block when it comes to options. Yeah, well, that happens a lot, right? And that's why what we try to do here in the session we're going to do this evening, or at 4:30 today, is lay it out as simple as possible. And Glenn mentioned we are going to talk about a course that we have that breaks it down to as basic as you can be, right? Buying a call or buying a put gives you the right, but not the obligation, right, to either buy 100 shares or sell 100 shares. So that's the beauty of being able to play the upside and the downside of the market. Listen, if you're brand new to it, sometimes it takes a little work, like with anything, whether I'm talking about retirement, whether Glenn's talking about looking at charts or doing. Vince Lombardi was a great football coach. I'm going to end my little session with this unless there's more questions. Okay.
The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. So you got to put a little time into it. You got to put that effort into it. But the work you put in will be very helpful to you and expand your investment capabilities.
A couple of people, Ross says, I bought and took the Jumpstarter course. Janice says, I took that course, took that options class with Jim Penna, explains it in an easy to understand language and is very patient. He wants everyone to understand and he really cares. Look at that.
That was
very nice.
I'm going to leave on that nice note so that somebody doesn't say something mean about me. But thank you. That was very nice. And that's it. Really, at its core, I love to hear that because that is really what we try to do is make it as simple as possible. Make it something that you can apply and actually do, not just the theoreticals of it, but a step-by-step process. Like any kind of trading or investing, that's what you need to have.
And Vic, I'm going to answer your question. So this will be different than the options paycheck experience? Yes. This is for the beginner in options, understanding the terms, understanding how to put options into play, understanding what options are about. So yes, it is very different from the options paycheck experience.
Yes.
All right. So with that, type the ones in the room.
Thank you, folks. Thank you
for letting Jim come by today. I am always a fan of bringing in other educators from the education department to talk about what they're doing because VectorVest has so much more to offer than just YouTube. And on YouTube, we do great. We're growing. I thank you for that. All right? But there's so much more we have to offer than just YouTube. And even though we do it on YouTube, we are the complete package, whether it's on retirement, whether it's on swing trading, whether it's on just understanding, the successful investor course on what to look for in buying in stocks. All right, so with that, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Joey will set up the screen, so we'll keep on going. All right, we're going to get back into the news of what's moving the market. I'm definitely going to give you some stocks to take a look at. We're going to look at the graphs. All of those things are going into play today, like we do every day on Trending Thursday. If you like what you see so far, hit the like button. Remember, for every 10 likes, we get a stock that we're going to look at and analyze for you. So we're going to stick to that this year. We don't always stick to that, but we're going to stick to that this year and get the likes in. For those of you who may be brand new to the channel, I always say, if you like what you see so far, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. You'll be alerted to when new videos come out, when new live streams come out. This is what it's all about. Glenn, is this course in the VectorVest investor community? His course has its own community room. All right? He's got a retirement community room once you get to that level. All right, if you bought the All Access Pass, is it in there? Yes. If you bought the All Access Pass, all of the courses that we offer are there. All right, so with that being said, let's jump back into the news. What's moving the market? Big news, Intel. Someone said that they work for Intel. I forgot who said they did. Was it VIX? Yeah. Thank you, Joey. VIX Miniatures says that he works for Intel. This is something that's been needed to happen for the longest time, right? Intel popped 16% as a chip maker taps new CEO. Wall Street backs turnaround effort. Intel is the, not to say generic, what is the word I'm looking for? Homegrown semiconductor company, but they've fallen to the wayside, and so many other companies have bypassed them in a big way. Intel is the name that's been around for a lot of years. A lot of years. U12, what did you say? What was your question? Does success of trading options rely on the purchase of Option Pro 2? No, it doesn't. And U12, see that there's a lot of chat going on, but I'm also trying to do the news. I'm working around a lot. So if I ever miss a question, it's never done on purpose, folks. You should know that. It's never done on purpose. And no, and for successful trading of options, do you have to have the Options Pro 2? The answer to your question is no. The answer to your question is no. All right. So, new CEO, big bolster for the stock today. Wall Street cheered the chip maker's attempt to revitalize its business, calling the move positive for the company. The news brought an end to a tumultuous period for the embattled American chip maker that shed billions in market value. Now, I'm not putting them in timeout. Somebody said, Greg says put them in timeout. I'm not putting you in timeout. All right, Intel invented the... listen, Intel is iconic. Is iconic in its field. But they've been bypassed. And, you know, is this a first step in getting them back on the right path? All right, other stocks that are making moves, I'm trying to do this a little bit more often, bring up a story that brings up a lot of different stocks that you may be looking at. Again, Intel jumped 10% after they appointed a new CEO. UiPath fell 18% following the software company's fourth quarter revenue and first quarter sales guidance, missing Wall Street estimates. Yikes. Adobe fell 6% on the heels of Adobe issuing a lackluster second quarter guidance. Now, it's interesting that companies are still beating earnings. That's good for the economy, right? What drives economies globally? Earnings, interest, and inflation. Companies are still beating earnings, but a lot more companies are guiding lower into the next quarter, which is going to be bad for the economy. Once earnings starts to fall, then we're going to start to enter into true bear market territory. We're not there yet because earnings are still strong. All right, most of the S&P 500 stocks have been beating or have been meeting or beating. But until that changes, and the guidance on a lot of these different companies are going to start affecting earnings going into next quarter. That's not going to be a good thing. SentinelOne, the cybersecurity stock, pulled back more than 13% after the company issued another, there he goes again, weak first quarter revenue guidance. All right, anticipates the revenue for the current quarter to come in at $228 million, which is lower than $235 million. It's going to hit. Tesla is big in the news as well. It slid 1.3%, reversing course from some gains seen in the previous sessions. The stock is down more than 5% on the week. That's a big move for Tesla. I think I'm going to do tomorrow's video on what could possibly be the Tesla killer. Everybody knows what I'm thinking about that, Rivian. So I'm going to do a story tomorrow, Tesla versus Rivian. I think that's where I'm heading, unless my mind changes before now and then. But I'm thinking about Tesla is just getting smoked. Do you think about getting into Rivian? We'll talk about that. Man, a whole bunch of chat going on. We need someone to backfill our losses and start paying attention to our customers. Oh, Vic. Again, I don't know all of the inner workings. I don't know all of the inner workings of what's going on behind Intel, but it looks like the market, looks like Wall Street is on board with the new CEO. And again, could this be a new turn? All right. American Eagle Outfitters, so that's a retailer. Retailer fell 9% after issuing a disappointing guidance. Notice that all of these stocks that have fallen on guidance. Falling on guidance. Rivian is bleeding money like crazy. I'm going to look into the story. If I can make a good story of Rivian going up against Tesla, that'll be tomorrow's video. But if I can't, I have to turn into something else. I do like Rivian, just from a top-down view. I got to dig deeper into it, though, John. I do have to dig deeper into it. We'll see. We will definitely see. All right, so again, forward guidance. iRobot slid. Isn't this the company? Yeah, they may be going out of business. So all you folks that got all these little Rumba iRobots cleaning your floors, as it goes out and about, the company may be going out of business, including refinancing company's debt, as well as exploring a potential sale. Separately, the company of the Roomba and other consumer robots reported a wider than expected loss in the fourth quarter. Size, so that company could be going out of business. We'll keep our eyes on it. Dollar General climbed 7% after the fourth quarter of revenue, beat analysts' expectations. Why is Dollar General going up? Because people are looking to buy stuff cheap. Oh, that's like good stuff cheap. That's Ollie's. But Dollar General, people from a retail perspective is trying to find the best bang for the buck. Dollar General, how many of you have shopped at Dollar General? Type of one in the room. I've done that, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, but I almost feel in the back of my mind that those stores, you get what you pay for. That's my, you can go in there, you can get stuff cheap, but it doesn't hold up much. It doesn't. That's just what I got to say about that. It just doesn't hold up much. But it all depends on what you're getting, right? It all depends on what you're getting. Here's a crypto miner. Irene shares gained around 1% on the back of the upgrade to overweight from neutral. The firm said the Bitcoin miner has been overly punished this year and now trades at a good entry point for investors. Crypto took off. After the halving of crypto, the miners had to catch up. I don't know if they've caught up enough to be profitable. We'll see. Wells Fargo, the bank rose slightly after an upgrade to outperform from sector perform with RBC Capital. Wells Fargo is well positioned to take advantage of lighter regulatory regime going forward. Are banks going to be on the rise again? It's going to be interesting to see if that's the case. All right, this story says that possibly I am going to keep my eyes on it. So I like this story to bring up a lot of different stocks, why they're moving, whether up or down. A lot of the stocks that are going down is based on forward guidance. And again, I think we don't get the full effect of how that's going to affect these companies' earnings until the next quarter. Guiding lower for the next quarter. Going to be very interesting to look over the next 2 quarters, at least the next 2 quarters, to see how earnings are affected. If they get affected adversely to the detriment of the market, we will go into a full-on bear market. All right, look at that. Declines today are at 68%. Yep. It's like nothing's going up. Almost 70% of the stocks in the database are going down. D-Wave up on forward revenue guidance. D-Wave is one of the stocks I want to keep my eyes on. Here's an interesting story. AMD outperforming NVIDIA GPUs in some AI inference applications. That's a very interesting story. Over the last year, AMD's price declined by 53% compared to a return of 22% on NVIDIA. The reality is otherwise. AMD's M1325X platform may actually surpass the Hopper 200 GPUs. Ooh, that's a big story. All right, and some of its inference applications. Why is this important? Because AI is still, outside of tariffs, AI is still the big name that's out there that people are investing in. But they're waiting for the opportunity because these stocks are getting beaten up. All right, is the AI movement over? Not by a long shot. And I think the AI movement is going to continue growing. It's going to also push the quantum. What we're looking for now is where's all this energy going to come from as we get deeper and deeper and deeper in here. With the release of the M1350 architecture by mid-2025, so a new GPU, followed by the M1400 platform in 2026, AMD is particularly well positioned to benefit from the growth in AI inference market. Okay, so I'm putting that on your radar. Is AMD? I think that AMD is the only company out there that's on the heels of NVIDIA, and now maybe they're trying to push a little closer. I don't think they catch NVIDIA, but they might be putting some pressure, breathing down the neck of NVIDIA when it comes down to GPUs. All right, next story. Better artificial intelligence stock, Rigetti Computing versus Palantir. I put the story up there, but I think that, Rigetti may be in the AI space, but it's primarily in the quantum space, where Palantir is fully in the AI space. I want to go down to the bottom of this. Where is it? I'll look at Rigetti. I'll look at Palantir. By the way, I still own Palantir. It's all the way at the bottom of the story. There it is. Choosing between Rigetti and Palantir. I think that they're on two totally different levels. After examining how both companies fared in 2024, deciding between Rigetti or Palantir becomes straightforward. Okay? Palantir is the better AI stock to invest in for the long haul. Rigetti's quantum devices hold promise of powerful computers someday. There you go. I think that that's the key statement in this comparison. Someday. I think that quantum is going to have a place amongst the leaders in the market, just not here. Wait, and there you go. Pennywise says Rigetti is way too speculative. I honestly think Palantir is the better play, but I wanted to pull up the story. I wanted to see how the story ended, and I think it ended on the right note that Palantir is the better play. All right, D-Wave. Stock up on robust outlook and strong bookings. Who talked about D-Wave in here? Somebody just did. Tesla Contra. Yep, I'd be in Tesla Contra. I'm going to look at that in a second. There it is. Bill says D-Wave up on positive forward revenue guidance. I think right now when I'm looking at the space, and I did talk yesterday to Ryan, on the live, I think he's going to do a short or a video on his best quantum stock to take a look at. I am in the camp of D-Wave. That's me personally. I think it's got a lot more to offer than all of the other stocks out there in that space. QBTS. So that's what I'm looking at. Strong outlook, strong bookings. The results come a day after D-Wave said it has achieved. And this is key too. I talked about this yesterday as one of my stocks. Quantum computational supremacy. QCS. All right, we're gonna make that go viral. Hashtag QCS. Quantum computational supremacy. By being the first company to achieve real-world results with its annealing quantum computer. There you go. So I like qubits or D-Wave in the space. The space is moving. All it takes is for news in one of the stocks to make the rest of the stocks rise. We're going to take a look at that in a second as well. All right. Tesla battles. There we go. Somebody asked about Tesla short. Tesla battles through, and this is huge for Tesla. Brand reputation. How about people going over and torching Teslas and beating them up and all that kind of stuff, which I think is illegal and wrong. Deliveries, anxiety, and sliding prices on the used car market. All right, prominent people are starting to try to help Elon Musk by saying, yeah, I'm going to go buy a Tesla. I saw a survey come up on my feed and says, are you more likely to buy a Tesla? No. I'm just not. I'm not a fan. I think the Tesla is still the best EV company out there, but it's going through some things. I need a car that when you charge it, it'll take me at least 1,000 miles. When that happens, then I'll consider an EV. Then I will personally consider an EV. I need at least 1,000 miles. What is the Tesla contra ETF? Look at TSLZ or TSLQ. TSLZ or TSLQ. But for quantum, I went with Google. Google's a big name in the quantum space. A lot of the other quantum stocks that I'm looking for or looking at, I want them to not be nearly as well known with the capability of really exploding. Google is a big name. Everybody knows about it. I think if you're going to play quantum for the long term, you're going to play a good quality stock like Google. All right? 1,000-mile EV, well, you won't find that on Temu. That's why I don't shop on Temu. Joey shops on Temu. I don't. John says, qubits plus XROF, world dominance. I wish I had my little pad here. I can go put the cricket sign up. I still think that XROF is going to play a role at some point. I just don't know where. The technology is amazing. And from an EV perspective, XROF should kill it. But they're just still not doing it yet. I've given up on XROF. We'll see. We'll see. A 1,000-mile EV will weigh 50,000 pounds. It'll be a heavy car. That's a lot of battery. That's a lot of battery. Solid-state batteries. I did a video on U12 on solid-state batteries a while ago. Thanks for the recap yesterday. I just registered to see what I can learn. There you go. All right. So I'm seriously thinking about doing a story, especially with what Tesla is going through right now. Is Rivian a Tesla killer? We'll see. Let me get all of the facts that I need to know about Rivian before I go and put it up against Tesla. But I think it's a good story, possibly. All right. Go away. Global semiconductor industry outlook for 2025. Semiconductor leaders looking forward to a strong 2025 powered by AI. I'm telling you, AI is not going away anytime soon. In this story, it talks about how AI moved from the second best industry to now the number one industry. It overtook automobiles. So semiconductors, the influx of money coming into the country for the semiconductor space, more investment into the AI infrastructure. AI is not going away. We're going through a tough time in the market right now, but AI is not going away, and I still think that AI is going to be a leader in the market for time to come. Chris says, problem with Elon is the brand, not Tesla. Elon is the brand, not Tesla. Elon is the brand. But Eli's going through a whole bunch of stuff right now, which is coming back down to SpaceX, coming down to Tesla. But how do you get over that? Man, if the car is a good car, no matter what you think about Elon, if the car is a good car, you're either going to buy it or not. That's all it's going to be. And Tesla's falling sales figures prove it. People are not, you're right, people are not anti-Tesla. People are anti-Elon. How long will that last? That's going to be a very interesting question, and it will affect the brand, which is Elon, going forward. We'll see. Yes, the people aren't buying Teslas like before due to Musk. Again, I see the comments. It really is about whether or not you like Elon or not. I think that people who have Teslas, I know a few people that own Teslas, and they are sold on them. They are sold on them. Now, Pennywise, I'm with you. I wish that we went down the path of hybrids to let people get into the idea of whether or not they wanted an EV instead of just pushing the EVs. Hybrids, I think, are the way to go. Hybrids are the way to go. So we'll see. I think it's a better way to go. Cybertrucks are banned in the UK and Australia. Cybertrucks are ugly. But how many Cybertrucks are we seeing in Mooresville? We're seeing a lot more Cybertrucks rolling around up here in Lake Norman. A lot more. When we did the Tampa 2 Day, one of the people that were there had a red Cybertruck. I'm not a big fan of the Cybertruck, but you know something? It's bulletproof. You know, as a Marine, I think I could run down there and just go do some stuff and just jack up some stuff. But that's what Marines do. That's what we do. All right, hybrids weigh much less battery weight. Again, I like the idea of the hybrids, but you know something? There's a lot of people out there who have Teslas. They're going to stick to it. They're going to stick to it. All right, so the semiconductor space powered by AI, another space, long term, you need to keep your eyes on. Just a tough time right now. Then I wanted to talk about oil, but in this case, U.S. natural gas demand set to stay at record highs in 2025. I think a lot of regulation that was on natural gas will be relieved. If the demand is high, in the story though, hold on, in the story, we have the gas. We just don't have the pipelines to get it to places. So now you see a situation where it doesn't matter how much we produce. That's EQT's Toby Rice. That's what he told Reuters. According to Rice, the project cancellations and obstacles put in the way of new natural gas pipelines have led to higher electricity bills for Americans at the rate of 35% over the last 8 years. I think that a lot more of energy independence coming into play. I think a lot of these pipelines will be built. Natural gas, keep your eyes, if the demand is high, price is going to be high. Price should go up. Keep your eyes. I got UNG that I'm going to take a look at today. Man, you guys are chatty today. Good, googly muggly. Ravi, it's called having a catheter or empty butt. What the heck? How did we get to catheters? How did that happen in the chat? Yuck. All right. Midstream stocks are where it's at for the next 4 years, says Penny. John says, he's talking to Bill. G-Money says hybrid cars were out for decades before electric cars were out. That's right, the Prius. How many people made fun of the Prius? For the longest time. How many people made fun of the Prius? I saw a super hyped up, like sporty Prius when we were flying out from Honolulu coming back home. That car was hot, and it was a Prius, but I got to find a picture of it. It was a super hot, sporty Prius. I didn't know they could do it. But when Priuses first came out, people made a lot of fun of them. So, Glenn, I will pray for bladder failure. For who? Oh, for me to have bladder failure? Sigh. I don't know how this conversation just went left. Oh, my goodness. Bladder failure. Sigh. All right, next story. Here's a stock that I want you to keep your eyes on, but it's not publicly traded. So in order to take advantage of this, SoftBank is financing this company. Terra-Base Energy secures $130 million to expand solar technology deployment. Why do I like this story? Because it's an alternative to putting more electricity on the grid. All right, whether it's solar, whether it's nuclear, whether it's wind, always remember the wind turbines kill the birds, or whether it's hydro. I think we need to tap into every resource that we can to make energy. AI, I just talked about how AI is going to be around for a long time, all of the infrastructure, all of that stuff. We need to power it all. All right, online beats the paper version. What are you talking about? I'm hoping to see NASCAR start a Prius division. How fast are the cars? We're going to watch the race at 65 miles per hour? Well, that's going to be great. I don't think they're going to start a Prius division. You have SoftBank shares. I think that this Terra-Base, let's go look at the story. Reuters, solar technology company Terra-Base Energy announced on Thursday it has secured a funding of $130 million led by SoftBank to scale its technology deployment for large solar projects. So I couldn't find the stock. Search for, I'm going to put in, what is it, Terra-Base. I couldn't find the stock, T-E-R-A. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I don't think that it's a publicly traded company. All right, I couldn't find the company. So in order to take advantage of the move in this stock, SoftBank probably is the best way to go. Lots of hydro. Perhaps we shouldn't be messing with them. Canada has lots. Listen, I talked about a company, a hydro company, dagnabbit, that was doing work for Israel, and then I did another. Oh, dang it. Anybody remember the hydro company I told you to keep your eyes on? Let's see how many of you are paying attention. I gave you a hydro company that I wanted you to keep your eyes on. I did 2 stories on it. One with the help in producing energy for Israel, and there was another story here in the U.S. Does anybody remember what the company ticker symbol was? I don't know. BEP does a lot of hydro. That wasn't the company. Anybody remember the company? Do y'all pay attention? I feel like I'm talking to Joey. Joey, how often do you pay attention to me?
What?
Exactly. I put it out there a couple of times. Dang it. Nobody remembers it? Then why did I give it to you? Somebody's supposed to be writing this stuff down. Janice, Ross. Yeah, I'm calling out on some people. Brookfield does. Was Brookfield it? Brookfield, was it BAM? I don't remember if it was BAM. I don't think it was BAM. But that's I don't think it was BAM. Brookfield is BEP, but this says BAM. I don't know if it's the same company. I don't think it's the same company. I don't think it's BEP. BEP. I don't think that this was the company. It's down today. I can't believe you guys don't remember it. I gave it to you on a couple of different occasions. Stop putting extra sugar in that Bustelo. Pennywise says Brookfield is BEP, BAM, and BIP. I don't remember that being a ticker symbol. All right, now I got to go find it. And then when I give it to you again, if you lose it again, I'm never coming back on YouTube. I just threatened you all. All right, let's go into the software. We already looked at the market. I had another level of support on the market. We broke through it. The market's got some renewable divisions. BAM. I need to see. Phyllis says, I have made good money in Palantir and NVIDIA and have been holding some of both, the long term without stops. Given what's going on, would you recommend getting out to have cap? Absolutely. You know why I'm holding Palantir. I'm never getting rid of it because my earnings on it have made me a lot of money. I own Palantir outright without my own money anymore. What did you say? Palantir and NVIDIA. Remember I told you I was going to do a video on stops? I still am, but I want to preface that right now with what would I use as stops on Palantir or on NVIDIA? If you're holding it long term, like you are, Phyllis, with no stops, I'm going to tell you to sell covered calls on it. All right? I'm going to tell you to sell covered calls on it. Right now, the stock is leveling out. All right? And as long as it stays below the call price that you sold, you're taking an income on it. All right? If you're in it long term, sell covered calls. If you made your money a couple of times, breaking down below a trend line is a great way to stop. Looking at a trailing stop is a great way to stop. Breaking through support is a great way to stop. A lot of those things have already happened. So if you want to take the capital off the table, opportunities to get you out were there before we got to the point right now. Let's look at NVIDIA. Same scenario. NVIDIA's high is back here. A little bit of a bearish engulfing, follow through, breakthrough support. There's a lot of things that could be used from the way of a stop. Now again, if you're holding on to NVIDIA long term, sell covered calls. Does that make sense? Or if they pay dividends, dividends will help out as well. Does that make sense to everybody? For those of you who are holding stocks that are still going down, you got to make a decision. One, how much hurt can you take on any stock? Number one. Number two, if you're in it for the long haul, protect yourself. Sell covered calls. Buy a protective put. Those are the things that you can do. So Phyllis, I hope that answers your question. Only you can make the decision whether or not you need to get out of it. If you're holding it long term, just make sure you have protection. If you wanted to take the money and run, you had an opportunity, nice run up here, broke down through the downtrend, broke down through the uptrend in a channel, all right, in the channel, and broke down. So only you can make that decision. I do like that NVIDIA looks like it's on the run, back up after possibly finding a bottom. We're getting follow through. broke through that downtrend, broke through this level of resistance, undervalued. I like NVIDIA. Would I go back in, if I'm not in it, would I go back in full bore? Not yet. Phyllis, you're in it. You're getting a little reprieve, trying to recoup some of the losses that you've got. Does that make sense? All right. And the same thing with Palantir. Palantir, though, is just moving sideways. Only you got to make the decision on whether, if that hurt right there from the high to where you are right now, if that's too much, you need to get out of the stock. If you're saying to yourself, I'm still going to hold Palantir, make sure you're doing some option plays on it. All right, what did John say? If you have huge profits on Palantir and NVIDIA and they're down, you can also sell a put way down to make the premium. And that's right, if it gets put to you, you're now buying a stock, you're buying more shares of a stock that you like long term, but at a much lower price. So that can happen as well. Isn't NVIDIA too volatile to sell covered calls? No. Just roll the calls up. Actually, you'd be rolling the calls down in this case, selling them lower and lower and lower. So I'm not going to say it's too volatile right now. It's got a direct track down. All right, even here was in a little bit of a channel into the whip. You got a direct course down. You got a rebound right now. If you got calls sold on them right now, get out of them before it gets, if it starts moving up, to get out of them before it gets called away. All right? So that was a great question. So I did want to take that. Let's go to the viewers tab. Let's go look at the indices. They're getting killed. Everything is down 1% except for this S&P. S&P is only down 0.9. It's 1/10 away from 1%. The Dow is down 1%. The NASDAQ, the Russell, the composite, all down 1%. There's not a whole lot, you're asking me for fish. For me, the fish that I'm going to give to you are those two defense stocks, SAABY. You talk about fish. There's not a lot of fish I'm willing to give to you. SAABY, no space in there, Glenn. SAABY, comma, RNMBY. I'm looking at a good stock right here, ASM, and one more, ORLA. These are my 4 best fish that I can give to you. Son of a gun. I should have done it a different way. Where's a watch list that I want? Robotic stocks, I can't see. Joey's got all these lights in my face. On my radar. All right. Here's the stocks that I've got on my radar. ASM, comma, what was the Orla, comma, RNMBY, comma, SAABY. Anybody's looking for fish, these are my fish for you right now. SAABY in the defense space, down a little bit today. All of these RTs are above 1. All right, all of these RTs are above 1. All of the CIs are above 1. Only Saab is the only hold in here. Where's my earnings growth rate? Earnings growth rates, double digits. All right, those are my radar stocks. Anybody appreciative of those stocks? Yes or no? Anybody appreciative of those stocks? Yes or no? Just put a yes or a no. If you're looking for fish in the current market's condition, these are the stocks that are on my radar that I want you guys to be keeping your eyes on. These are the stocks that I want you to be keeping your eyes on. Outside of this, I think the gold space, let's go back to the home spot. What's the number 1 industry? Well, gold was up here. Interesting. Bank foreign, Ryan did a short on that, but ETF short still number 1. ETF short still number 1. Gold is on the rise. Gold is at, where do I want to go? Go to Unisearch. No, I'll go to the viewers. Let's go down to the industry viewer. What's the number 1 industry? I think it's still going to be ETF shorts. Mining, gold, silver. Dropped down, but look at that. It's in my first page of industries. Banks foreign, again, Ryan did a short on that. The market shift into bank foreign is there. But I think that anyone who's looking for fish, I think that anyone who's looking for fish, this is probably the best way to go. I want to do something, graph them all. Which industries would you be interested in? ETF short, I think it speaks for itself. Given the current market's conditions, look at that. ETF shorts. How do I know when to stop playing ETF shorts? When it breaks down through this uptrend. What's the next one? ETFs, foreign regional. It's pulling off a little bit. Foreign banks is what Ryan did the story on. Look at that run. Look at that run. Whew. You guys want to know where to put your money if you don't want to play the shorts? I think that this is a great way to see. Food, dairies pulling back. ETFs, foreign country pulling back. I don't know what the flying SPACs. I don't even know if anybody's doing SPACs right now. But I can quickly go through this industry viewer. Look at that. Mining gold, silver. How many of you see the benefit of using the VectorVest software right here, right now, to find out where their money should be? How quickly was I able to do that? Not only is mining gold, silver rising, it's undervalued with value rising. Look at the volume. If that ain't enough for you people to hit the subscribe button to the channel, I don't know what else is. I don't know what else is. Bill says no. Bill, are you just messing with me? I don't know. How quickly can you just go through these and see where you would want to have your money? I got a small position in ASM this morning. I hold ASM. As of today, I now hold Orla again. I made some good money on Orla. Not all these industries look good. And that's cool too. Not all of these industries look good. I simply go through the list and find out which industries I'm interested in. I love that we can do that at any point in time. All right? I don't think you guys got it nearly as excited as I got to show you. I was thinking that somebody would be out there going, wow, this is great, Glenn. Woo! I'm sitting here getting all pumped up for you. You guys want fish. I'm getting all pumped up for you. And you guys are not reciprocating. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, it's okay. All right, that's fine. I'll just keep it moving. Watch list viewer. I'm just going to keep it moving. That's all I'm going to do. Nope. I don't want to even look at the chat anymore. Right now, I'm in my feelings. Right now, I'm in my feelings. Joey, can you come over here and console me while I'm in my feelings?
Yeah, shortly.
Okay. All right. So if I'm looking at any fish to give you, this is where I'm looking at. Did Trump announce more tariffs today? Glenn, you are doing a good job, usually. I love, that's an honest answer. That's an honest answer, Doug. I'm okay. And I didn't see of any new tariffs going into play today. I did not see any news on it. I didn't see any news on that. All right. On my radar, I think I didn't give you any other fish today. Let's do this. Let's go to the customer picks. We're going to go straight to customer picks. What time is it? Late. That's all right. But we talked about a lot of stuff today. We did talk a lot of, I think the Trump administration was supposed to be talking with Canada today. We'll see. All right. We're happy. Thank you, Glenn, says Michael. All right. How many likes do we get? 80. I got given you 8 stocks to take a look at today. 8 stocks. Type them. You can type them in the room now. Do you have more fishies that are optionable? Michael, I didn't specifically set out to do that today, but I'm going to keep that in mind. Maybe if that's what you're looking for, I'm going to make another list for optionable stocks that are on my radar. I like that idea. ADMA, DRV for real estate. Interesting. TUR, comma, Costco, comma, GRRR. You know why, John? Because it's great. All right. Comma, ADMA, comma, ADMA is already in the list. Damn it. I'm not putting PATS up there. TPC. You keep trying. It will never work. It will never work. ANF. Okay. One more. FTK. All right. Again, we got 8 stocks, 80 likes, 8 stocks. I gave you 10 anyway. I don't know how I can't count. Lord knows I don't know how I can't count. Let's auto-fit all columns. All right. Here's your stocks. Few of them going up today, few of them going down. Sorted by VST. The stock that has the best VST is ADMA. followed by Flowtech. Followed, not a lot. There's Turkey, a foreign country. Real estate. Interesting. Real estate, home buying is coming up on the run right now. DRV, we'll see. I think that's a contra though. All right, let's take a look at these graphs real quick. Let's go see. There I go. There I go. Pretty baby, you are the soul that's not. Anybody know the name of that song and who it was sung by? Is this the graph that I want? Graph layout. I want to see if anybody knows that song that I just sang. Star Search, no. What am I in? Why can't I find it? Star Search, no, I don't want that. VV Graph YT, there we go. Oh, that was it with the volume. Glenn, ADMA was a pick you had last year. That was last year! What I can say about it, smack this, sing it again. I will in a second. ADMA is sitting in a 3-month channel. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph. Well, that's why I was looking at it last year. It was moving up. And then it stopped moving up so much, but it did get to a new high before it started pulling back. I love that it's undervalued. Do I like it now? Interesting that RT just went above 1. I like to see a solid break above and finish above as well. There I go, the in and outs. Nope. So here it goes. There I go, there I go, there I go, there I go. Pretty baby, you are the soul that snaps my control. Such a funny thing, but every time you're near me, I never can see straight. You give me a smile and then I'm wrapped up in your madness. There's beauty all around you. Pretty music that keeps calling me so. Dang, you don't want me to finish singing this? Dang! All right, there we go. Joey told me to stop singing. It's an awesome song. Anyway, right now, ADMA is in the channel. Staying in that channel. I'm not a fan of it just quite this time. FTK, I like the run up off of the low. Nice open candle yesterday. Follow through today with a little bit of indecisions. All right, it's not 50 cents, A Fox. Find me in the club. No. I do like the gap up. Not Eddie Jefferson. Indecision. I love that it's undervalued and value is rising. It did become a buy recommendation today with the nice gap up. I need a little bit more than just indecision today before I think about buying it. If you're in it, though, leave it alone. What I will tell you, it's going to come up against some headwinds right here. All right, I can't see the level, but it's going to come up with headwinds right there. That's a beautiful swing high, not Dizzy Gillespie. Nice swing high, nice level of resistance. It's going to come up to headwinds right there. I'd like to see rising volume. I do like that RT is above 1. Earnings growth, sales growth. You were talking about ADMA. I don't have that on this graph. I need to probably add that to this graph. But let me finish. Interesting. Joey So not nicely stopped me singing. Turkey's on the rise. I don't know what's going on in Turkey. Whatever it is, this ETF is moving. I don't like the volume, though. See the rise up? See the fall in volume? RT is above 1. It is hitting a new high. It's a buy. What else I don't like about it is gappy. It's kind of volatile. Equipment in midstream stocks are big winners in the drill baby drill policy. We haven't really started drilling yet. I ain't heard nothing about drilling. Thing about Turkey's economy is that it's very volatile. Yeah, these gaps tell me that. All right, let's go to the next stock. Nice move on the ETF short for real estate. Why is that? It is still undervalued. Price and value are going to be about the same, right? It's an ETF. What's going on with real estate to push DRV higher? Need to look into that. I'm not exactly sure. But it is on the move as far as the ticker symbol. Next one is Costco. A lot of volume. A lot of pullback. It's not a sell. That must mean that there it is. The fundamentals are halfway decent because we haven't raised it to get you out of it faster. But it's getting close. All right, Moody's. There it is. Frankie Crocker's theme song. How did you know that? All right, so there it is. That was right. It is Moody's Mood for Love, sung by King somebody. I forgot his last name. But it was Frankie Crocker's theme song in New York on WBLS. Absolutely. Look at that. You must be from New York. That was Frankie Crocker's theme song when he signed off on WBLS. All right. TPC. Big pullback from the high. Look at the candlestick formation. That was a bearish harami. Follow through. Bouncing off support, but still in a channel, within a channel, within a channel. It's a lot of channelization. It is undervalued, but value is falling. I'm not feeling that just quite right yet. And RT was below 1. There's a retail that's just getting beat up. All right, just getting beaten up. You can go now. That's right. You can go now. We're through. ANF. There's a lot of retail that's getting hurt right now. Look at RT. RT's this stock has been way beaten up. It is undervalued, but value is falling. I'm not feeling Abercrombie and Fitch right now either. I like the move for it, and this is a stock that Ryan bought to you guys a while ago, antimony. I like the bounce off support. I need more follow through, and I will tell you that it's going to find headwinds right about here. But I like the bounce. RT is trying to get above 1. I'd like to see volume pick up as well. I like the bounce. I really want some confirmation of RT going above 1. Brookfield. Is this the hydro company? I don't think this is it. But this Brookfield is definitely going down. Trending down. RT trending down. I'm not feeling this stock. I need to sell. I kind of like Newmont Gold because it mines gold and copper. Newmont is not a bad play. I like a lot of stocks in that space. And last one is great. It's below a level of resistance, down day to day. A little bit of a bearish bullish candle, green because it was higher than the close. But closed candle means the price finished lower than the open. I'm not feeling grr right now. It had its run, a little bit of a run. Right now is not the time to be in it. All right, right now is not the time to be in it. There was another group I did want to look at, gold stocks. Gold stocks are killing it. I got a watch list of gold stocks. Gold stocks, look at them. Just about every gold stock that I got in here is making money. Just about, is Newmont in there? There's Newmont. A lot of the gold stocks that you guys would probably invest in, they're making money. Dang it, they're making money. All right, I am in Orla and I am in ASM. I'm in both of these stocks now. I just got into Orla today after I did my short. ASM I got in because of Ryan. I think that right now, these are stocks that you definitely want to be in. Oil and energy, I'm going to pull those up real quick because they're not doing so hot. They're not doing so hot. Got a mixture. I got really the only gold stock that's going up is Vista Energy. Only went up 1%. I only went up 1%. Some triggers today reviewed. BRKB, bro. Thank you for that, Michael. There's a lot of stocks in there. There's a lot of stocks in there. All right. I think I'm done for the day. We covered 10 stocks. We covered a lot of what's going on in the news. I still want you, Joey, can you put the link up there? There it is. Joey's got the link pinned at the top. I need VV Nation to go and support Jim Penna. He took the time to come here to talk to you about, and all you guys that are looking to get into options, this is a free webcast to talk to you about what options are about and how to start to slowly but surely get into it. All right? So with that being said, I got to go. What time is it? I'm not that much late. I'm not that much late. Thank you for the fishies, Glenn. Again, those are my highest priority type fishies that I'd like for you today because they're moving. All right? Given what the market is going through, these stocks are moving. Just be careful with them. All right? And Vic, I don't give advice. I give guidance. All right? I don't give advice. I only give guidance. All right, folks. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Since I just came back from Hawaii, I love me some Hawaii. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.